again, everyone. I'm Nikki Batgirl D'Angelo here for another Bensday, and I have my favorite two people again, Ben Lesnick and Sandi Gardner, who will be playing the part of my surrogate voice today. Before we go on, I just want to say thank you so much to my patrons over at patreon.com/Batgirl. It is because of you that I'm able to do this show every single week. And if anybody else wants to help out, lend a hand, become a patron, that web address is Patreon, patreon.com/Batgirl. So I am going to turn it over to Sandi, but before I do that, let's take the opportunity to ask Sandi the question that everybody always asks me to ask her. Sandi, what's that question?
Question is, where are we at with the hostess?
That's it.
And yay, and the answer is that next month in the UK, we have some testing. So we're getting closer.
So we have testing next month, so that's going to go to the QA team that's out there.
Correct.
Awesome. So we know they'll tell us nothing, but that's a good deal. Good.
Yeah.
So do you have any patches to give away? You gave me some of the ones that I don't think you sold. It seemed like exploration patches or something. I got like 5.
Oh yeah, the subscriber ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Well, the person to ask is actually Alexis, because she's the keeper of the patches.
Don't worry. Hopefully next week we can get Alexis back on, or maybe Justin. We'll see. We'll mix it up, or we'll just keep you. Everyone loves you. So we're going to turn it over to you for the first question, and I will either interrupt and attempt to speak, or I will type in chat follow-ups like we did the first time, okay?
Sure.
All right, cool. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yay. So the first question is from Bacon of War. Why doesn't the Starfarer have a 1 to 2 bed medbay?
I mean, the Starfarer is supposed to be your average, like, tanker truck, and it certainly got bigger than that over time, but not everything has to have everything is the answer. How many ordinary structures in real life have a medbay? It seems big to us in Star Citizen right now because it's the biggest ship available, but it's a tiny little thing compared to like a floating, a Bengal carrier or something that's actually a floating city. There's no position. The Starfarer crew is 7 people. There's no doctor position. It's not a starship like the Enterprise.
So you'll see a medbay on something like an Idris.
Yes, the Idris has a medbay. Larger military ships do, but the smaller support ships not necessarily.
What about the Polaris? Well, every U.S. naval vessel has a medbay.
Yes,
yeah,
they do.
Okay.
No, we can't talk about the Polaris yet. Not because I don't want to, but because we have not mapped out the interior at all. The Polaris, we've just selected the overall shape of the ship, and we've told the artists that do more of that. So we're waiting to see the exterior.
So this is a big deal for RSI. It's the first non-huge ship that they're making for the UEE, right?
I think that's right, yeah.
Okay, cool. Back to you, Sandi.
Yay. All right, the second question is from Notable Joe. Any chance of getting downloadable versions of the Misk Starfarer magazine and Big Benny's menu?
Well, Big Benny's menu was just 2 images. I just download them and put them into a PDF. We can certainly do a downloadable version of the Starfarer thing, though. Remind me after the show, and I'll put that together for you.
Okay.
All right.
I will note about the Big Benny's menu, though. So the first set of pages are the actual menu that appears in the game. The second pages are all jokes that we came up with night before.
Yeah, it sounds like they want David to do a little bit more work, because we have a couple of those brochures, so it'd be cool.
All right, I'll put that on Ben's to-do list when I send Ben's to-do list through.
I'm going to send you a draw 4.
Yeah. Yes, we've been having squabbles. Uno squabbles. Yeah. Very funny. Okay, Premium Shank. Next question. Premium Shank would like to know, part 1, Are there any thoughts on mine-laying ships from the CIG team? The Starfarer and now the Prospector both look as though they could have a variant to do mine-laying, since they have external containers that could be detached in flight. The Starfarer's larger tanks could hold a cluster of mines.
So every single time we put together a list of concept ships, I almost always, probably every single time, include Minesweeper and Minelayer. And usually people look at that and say, yeah, but those aren't as much fun, which is true. If you ever flew like a Raptor in Wing Commander 1, pretty much nothing to do with the mine it gives you. I remember Wing Commander 3 had to come up with a mission just to have you do mines so that they would have them in the game. So they're not as much fun as a mechanic. I would love to do them down the road, but response has been lukewarm so far.
Okay. Part 2 of that question is, will there be any portable devices in the game like the shields we have seen demonstrated in the past, but to use to disguise someone as if they were another race, possibly with a translation program for those languages with known translations?
I don't know that we're going to have, we're at the tech level, like a Babylon 5 changeling device or something that literally changes your face. There'll be various ways to kind of disguise your identity in more of a computer sense. I'm pretending to be this guy. But I don't know about physically, oh, you look like an alien. It would probably be on the software end. You might have something, like I remember in Wing Commander Secret Missions 2, they had this backstory that you had this computer program in your captured Dralti that made you look like a Karathi, and if you talked too fast, it would break. Maybe something like that down the line, but that would probably be the most complex version of that.
God, I wish I could talk. I'd make a joke about Total Recall and the whole 2 weeks thing. 2 weeks?
But you can't talk, can you? I'm only talking about
Next question, Jordan Asvin would like to know, I was wondering if you'll be able to put your organization logo on your ship.
Yes.
Good answer. Good answer.
What tools will be involved with that? Do you have a list of tools you would like the group to make to be able to have us interact with it, or is it just something that we're going to do on auto?
We're putting art on a ship? No, it'll probably be either like a console you interact with in your hangar or a Moby Glass overlay where you just configure your ship. You put your art there, you pick the color or whatever.
It sounds like something that you'd have to get Turbulent on, because to upload it, you'd have to do it through the web.
We're moving away from the platform for that stuff, so I think by the time we get to anything like that, it'll be entirely in-game.
Oh, awesome. So you just drop it into the client itself and then import it.
Yeah, there'd be some process for,
That would be good. That'll be good. I wonder if anyone's going to be able to hear what I'm saying.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay. Last time I had to raise my voice to 11. Sorry. Spinal Tap. Yeah.
Asreal15 would like to know, we only ever hear about 2 branches of the UE military, the Navy and Marines. Will we ever hear about the UE Air Force? Does it exist? And most importantly, can our characters join the military in the PU? Mainly, can I have my character join the UE Air Force?
So there's not an Air Force proper. I think we have it broken down into the Air Force's successor, which would be the Space Force, the Navy, Army, and Marines. Can we do a Space Force in Star Citizen? I can't remember now. But no Air Force proper. As for military missions in the PU, we do want to have kind of a. You wouldn't start a military career. That would, we would have to build a single-player campaign, a lot like Squadron 42, which is literally that. In the PU, it'll be more like, oh, the military is hiring mercenaries for support on this mission. It'll be a cause for generating missions for civilians. And it's something we could look into in the future. Oh, if you want to do a military mini campaign or a set of mission requests or whatever we end up calling them. But no, I would start with Squadron. It would encourage folks.
Okay. Did you see
so
that?
Is the,
okay.
Yeah. So is the advocacy like the FBI?
Yeah. So they've got a little bit of a FBI CIA vibe. There's some cross-border stuff. But yes.
Okay.
They're the space police from Lego.
Okay.
Nice.
That's funny.
Ken Sandlin would like to know, the question I have is more in relation to the currency and earning money in-game once we go live. I am a successful professional, in other words, an old nerd with a little disposable income, LOL, and I generally am lucky to get an hour or two a few nights a week to play. I want to be able to earn money hauling cargo and mining. I don't know, I wanted to do that till I saw the Prospector, which I bought instantly, but with limited time. I know I won't be able to earn as much as someone with less real-world income and more in-game time. What options will I have to buy things with real-world money at that point?
Well, at present, that's what our kind of our whole model is. We want you to play the game where we're making a game that's worth playing, and we're hoping that people who don't have time to play the game and want to, buy credits and outfit their ships earlier, that sort of thing, will be able. That's essentially what we want to sell you. UE credits through the website in the future. It's kind of like we do now, really. But yeah, that's kind of how we're imagining the finished PU. Most people will just play the game, and if you want to buy credits within the limits of our system, we'll have a UEC cap and all that. You can do that, and that's what's going to keep the servers running and the game updated.
Cool.
Awesome.
Aaron Nelson would like to know, one question about the Prospector nobody has answered. Either because it won't, or it's not known yet, but it gathers minerals. Are these minerals going to be needed to grow special plants on the Endeavor? Is it just gathering for crafting parts, or is it something that may help a farmer also making mineral-rich fertilizer of some kind?
No, it's not connected to the science stuff. It's minerals like rocks and minerals. So, go find gold or platinum or whatever. And it's kind of tied into crafting, but not in the traditional MMO sense. It feeds into our economy, and then someone else is doing the crafting. And it goes to a refinery, and the refinery moves it, ships it to a factory, and the factory produces lasers. So we don't have that old MMO sense where I'm going to go dig up some platinum, then I'm going to beat it with a hammer until it turns into a spaceship. So you don't really have that, but you're feeding into the back and forth economy.
Okay.
Awesome.
Night Lord would like to know, I currently have well over 500,000 rec banked and cannot seem to spend it as fast as I earn it. Are there any plans to change the subscription model when the PU launches to reward something else, like 40,000 UEC, for instance? Or will it remain rec, which has become almost worthless?
No, we're looking at all sorts of options in that direction. I think rec will become less and less important because it's going to be it's the in-game currency for Arena Commander. And you're going to see some big changes with 2.4 where we're introducing Alpha UEC. And as our economy grows from that, we see how people are actually playing. We'll make modifications to the subscriber program and so on.
I mean, Night Lord must be a really good flyer. Must be a really good pilot.
Probably.
Heavy-duty.
It's not that hard to make rec.
The other good news there is that you're going to be earning Alpha UEC in Crusader rather than having to play Arena Commander to outfit your ship in the PU. So good stuff coming.
Cool. All right. Onerous Void Dancer Armacat would like to know. Yeah, exactly. Would like to know. We know that the beds in the Starships are for the function of making them functional as well as adding to the credibility of a living universe. Of course, there are other appliances like toilets, showers, food dispensers, and waste disposal bins. My question is, will other appliances and ships also have some game functionality, or will they be purely aesthetic?
They will have game functionality. I know Chris has been thinking more and more about this lately. He wants there to be some level of, you have to eat, you have to do this to survive. We don't want it ever to really get in the way. It shouldn't be like the old Ultima games where you had to eat every 20 turns or whatever. It should all be much more for, I'm being immersed in this universe and I can't do this. A lot of people, write to us, they're concerned about, my ship doesn't have a bed or my ship doesn't have a toilet. That is a worry. And the answer is it's never going to get in the way of the game. There's never going to be a point where we're punishing you for not having a bed or not having a toilet. But we do want to make those things functional to an extent that it makes you feel like you're in Star Citizen's world.
They should read the Genesis when you release the Genesis airliner. They should read that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that will show you that some of those appliances have some kind of function, at least for the space liner pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. And last question is from Warlust. I would like to know if there will be local audio or something similar that will allow captains of larger ships to speak and give orders to the entire crew at once. Think ship-wide intercom.
Yeah, we're working on that now. There's all sorts of levels of audio we need to finish up, but I know the guys in Germany are doing a great job.
So you're looking to add some voice over IP into the game itself?
Down the line, definitely. I can't give specifics yet, but
okay.
Yeah, and there's all sorts of concerns. You need a broad system where you can contact anybody. Otherwise, they're just going to do it through Skype. You need local. Anybody in my area, anybody nearby should be able to hear me, but people who are further away can't. And you need like guild channels and so on. So they're speccing that out and building it right now.
Okay. So Sandi, can you tell us a little bit about the events that CIG is going to be at between now and CitizenCon?
Between now and CitizenCon, well, we're going to BritizenCon. Some of us are. Quite a few of the Founder 42 people are going. And of course, we're doing the Gamescom worldwide kind of tour. So after Gamescom, the team are in Frankfurt for a week, and then they are in the UK for a week. And then some of us are coming to DragonCon, we hope. Right? We're still,
absolutely. Still trying to figure it out, but we hope so.
Yes, we're still trying to figure that one out. And then CitizenCon, is there anything? Oh, well, I guess we've got the next Bar Citizen.
I've got a couple of smaller ones I'm working on. Tyler is going to be at DreamHack Austin with a couple of the Austin guys. They'll just be wandering the floor, and you can look for them there. A bunch of us will be at E3. We don't have a booth or anything fancy like that, but we want to check out what's going on in gaming. So we'll be there.
Yeah.
If anybody's doing E3, look for us.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, maybe we tweet out for E3 when we're there and see if we can
Absolutely.
Okay.
bump into any fans.
And will you be going to see the midnight release of Captain America Civil War?
We've got Thursday at 7 tickets.
Okay, awesome. Good job. All right.
Next Thursday at 7?
Next Thursday at 7.
I thought we're doing Friday.
Where they opened it for Thursday. If you want to come, let me know. I'll head you.
You didn't offer her first?
I did. She was busy on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. But Thursday, now we're talking Thursday.
Let me see if there's a flight they could get me out there on. No, sorry. All right. Well, I want to thank you both for helping. Sandi, thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys have made this so much easier than me trying to gravel voice my way through it.
I hope you are better soon.
It's going to take...
Me hear this.
This is going to take longer than I realized. 3 more weeks at least before the effort to speak starts to reduce.
We'll stop speaking right now and we will...
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with it. It's just...
Well, last time I
Takes
did it for you couldn't speak at all. So
No.
Yeah, you're definitely sounding better.
Yeah, and last week I sounded better with Allie than I do now because today I'm fighting off some kind of cold that I got from the airplane. All those kids going to Disney. Yeah. Yeah, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll get back with you next week. See, maybe we can have a repeat of you guys, or maybe Allie or Justin, or maybe we can get my arch nemesis.
Darian?
No, Disco Lando.
He'll steal the show. So.
It's okay. That's totally okay. We like when other people do the work. So with that said,
Cool.
Thank you very much. With that said, you all be safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Yay! Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome.